Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's going on, y'all? What's up, man? New Breed 313 Sports. Back at it again, man. Like and subscribe to the channel, man. The New Breed 313 Sports. As y'all can see, man, Pistons beat the Orlando Magic 106-92. Um, Good bounce back game for Tobias, man. I mean, we needed this. We needed this type of game for Tobias. He came in, scored 23, hit some big shots. But I think the bitch set the tone. It definitely set the tone for this game. To me, Karis LeVert, um, Karis LeVert, Paul Reed, Dennis Jenkins, Ron Holland, I think dictated the outcome. And then the defense. They played well. They played defense. And that's how they won this game, man. They adjusted in the second half. JB did have a good game plan and locking down. The defense got tough. It surprised Orlando. Even Orlando was pretty much ahead majority of the first half. But Pistons made that adjustment, and it just, even with the runs that Orlando had, with even though early on Orlando was physical, I thought Mo Wagner was getting was being physical with Duran, and they went to the basket, kind of frustrated Duran a little bit, man. But they adjusted. Cade, right now, man, I'm gonna have to say he's definitely the MVP right now, man. If you see these numbers, I mean, 29 points, 11 assists. You know what I'm saying? 6 rebounds. I mean, Duran had 16 points and 10. Asar almost had a double-double, 9 points, 11 rebounds. Tobias had 23. Ron Holland had 11. It was a Karis LeVert 8. It was just a good all-around game, man. And even though Paulo had 24 points, but he had nine turnovers. Paulo had 9 turnovers just on him. That's not good. That's not good. They really pressured them, man. They made them work. They made him work. They definitely just made him work, man. He had 24 and 11, but nine turnovers. Tristan Da Silva, 19 points, Suggs, 14, Bain, 17. They did a good job on the they did a good job on the bench, man. They did a good job on the bench. I think the bench only scored 14 of their 92 points, I believe. They did a good job on Wendell Carter. But yeah, man, it was a defensive game. They turned it up. It was getting steals, loose balls. They was going to the rack. It was just a good game for the Pistons. This was a much needed, and I do understand they didn't have Franz and Anthony Black and stuff, but hey, a win is a win. You got to get it as much as you can. So, hey, a win is a win. It doesn't matter. Now, they have to, with a lot of these teams that don't play their best players, the Pistons are letting them back in the game too much early on, when they should be pouncing on them from the get-go. You know what I'm saying? They should be taking it to the rack in a constant basis with some of these teams, especially if they ain't got their shot blockers in. But in the second half, like I said, they adjusted. JB did what he had to do. And the defense, the second unit defense really set the tone in this game, man. Like I said, the constant pressure, even Dennis Jenkins putting pressure on who he was checking, Bain or whoever he was really checking, Javon Carter. After a while, man, it's just they just kind of discombobulated Orlando in their own building, which is always good to see. You know what I'm saying? You ain't hear that Orlando Magic, Orlando Magic, Orlando Magic. You ain't gonna hear that tonight. So it's just this was a good win. They got Cleveland coming up. It was gonna be a tough game. I don't know if Mitchell or Harden is gonna play in that game. Either or, man, it's gonna be tough. You got Mobley, you got Allen, you got Cleveland they're gonna be ready to play at home. They're gonna be looking for comeback. And just gotta see how it is. Hopefully, I don't know. I think the Cleveland game or the next game, Stewart is supposed to come back. It might be this Cleveland game that he comes back, if I'm not mistaken. But if he's not, y'all let me know. Y'all let me know on that. But this was a good win. They on a roll for two more games. I think they got Orlando and okay, yeah, thanks. Thanks, 4550. He said he's gonna come back on the Cleveland game. So yeah, that's definitely well needed, man. We're gonna need that. Stewart gonna be rested. He coming back with seeing his boy Duran, so that should be nice. And they gonna need Stewart to go in with Mobley and Allen, man, because Mobley and Allen just coming on boards, man. We was lucky to win that game against Cleveland. We was not supposed to win that, but Dennis Jenkins saved us. He saved us. So, but they're gonna be ready to play. They're gonna be looking for comeback at home. So you got to get ready for that. But this Orlando game, man, I think this was another game where they just showed why they're the best team in the East. This was another game where they was like, Orlando can't hang with us right now. They just can't. And this was that game. And Orlando, even though they're not full team, but with Black and with Franz, if they come back, they'll definitely be a force. They definitely will be a force for sure. But like I said, good win by the Pistons. Cade just showing what Cade do, man, hitting clutch shots. People don't really realize how good of a defender Cade really is, man. Cade is a good defender. Like, as a point guard, he's a good defender. Sometimes I worry about him. I kind of worry about him. The one thing I don't like with Cade, sometimes he does throw these lazy passes that gets turnovers, and he get lackadaisical with some of his passes. But Cade's gotten better, man. He's gotten better defensively. His shooting has gotten better. Another thing I'm worried about him getting burnt out playing a lot of minutes as well. Hopefully he doesn't, and he doesn't get tired around playoff time. And that's why I really hope JB uses his bench more so his starters won't be out there so tired. That's something Tom Thibodeau did with the Knicks. And I don't want the same thing to happen with that. You know what I'm saying? So, and we all know, too, that even though you win a season series against a team, that doesn't mean anything in the playoffs. So they just got to come down to business. I think this team is different. I think this team has a chance to go to the NBA Finals if they don't get a slip up. But sometimes when you're that one seed, you got a target on your back, and this team ain't used to being the best team, so that might be a lot of pressure. So being playoff time, we just got to see if this is not too much pressure on them, and if they go against a team that's a veteran team that's been there before, how they're going to fare to that. You know what I'm saying? How they're going to fare to the Knicks or the Celtics or the Cavs. It's a possibility they may play the Cavs in the second round. You know what I'm saying? And that's going to be a good matchup. Cleveland, Detroit, that'll be a good playoff matchup. You know what I'm saying? I remember we had that matchup the year Cleveland won the title. That years at the Palace, I remember that because I was a season ticket holder. And that playoff series at home was crazy. It was crazy. And being the teams is only 2.5 hours from each other, man. Playoff intensity was crazy, man. Even though they got swept, but there were games that they should, like, Pistons could have won 2 or 3 of those games, though. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But yeah, we do got a chance to be the best, have the best record, and finish with the best record in the league. We just got to stay focused, have our defense get better and better. Hopefully, we don't get any mishaps or get frustrated. Hopefully Stewart don't blow up again. Hopefully Ron Holland can calm down, because he gets into his moments as well. And I like Ron Holland. But the one thing I hate when players, I like when players is intense and they work hard and stuff like that. But a lot of the complaining, the refs and stuff, like, I'm getting kind of sick of the complaining against the refs, man. Like, I don't like that. I know you want to get your point across, but when you constantly arguing with the refs like you ain't never fouled anybody, I hate players that do that. The Lucas, the LeBrons, and I hate when they do that. I hate when they do it. And I hope the Pistons don't be like that. You know what I'm saying? But they're starting to get some calls now, man. You're starting to see that they're getting some calls in some of these games, even though the Cleveland game, I don't know, they kind of, some calls I was like, I don't know. But good win tonight, against a tough Orlando team that's got some talent. Great win. Very happy for this team. Very happy for the Pistons. And on the Cleveland, you get Stewart back. So should be good. Should be wonderful. They got the Cavs, they got the Spurs, and then they come back home Saturday against the Brooklyn Nets, I believe. So great win by the Pistons. Good team effort, great defense. Hold a team to under 100 points in this league is not easy. It is not easy. And the Pistons defense is getting better. I think I like the way how JB teaches this team defense. The defensive intensity, especially with Asar and Ron Holland, but with Cade as well. And then you see that with Dennis Jenkins. I love Dennis Jenkins, the way he like harasses and plays defense 94 feet, putting pressure on the point guard to put the ball, past half court. I love that. I love when these players play hard and show intensity, and they bought the team and they're all together. One thing about this Piston team, they're together. They like one another. They complement one another. They want to play. And you don't get too many teams that's like that. There's certain players that be like, I want to be around this person, this person, the diva type players. And you don't see that with this team, man. They really encourage each other. They practice. You know what I'm saying? They want to get better. This team wants to get better every game. And this is what I like about this Detroit Piston team. They have a chance in winning an NBA title this year. They got to stay focused and just be ready. And they got a target on their back. But, everybody in the East is going to gun for them. So they just got to be ready, and they got to be prepared. But a lot of these close games, you do need, in case, before playoff time, so you know what to expect. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, man, Pistons win tonight. Very happy about the win. And let's get one in Cleveland, man. New Breed 313 Sports. Hollering at y'all, man. Like and subscribe to the channel, New Breed 313 Sports, 313 The New Breed Real Talk. I will holler at y'all. Peace out.